Hello, everybody. Rosa Psych Investigator. Hello, everybody. Welcome, Rosa Psych Investigator. So, guys, right now it's 9:07 a.m. at The Hague, the Netherlands, and I'm here um, doing a video. So, yes, last night I meant to do a video. Let's see, actually. Oh, was it better? See, I was struggling because I felt like the light was too harsh. Maybe this is a compromise with just a layer of a thing on. So anyway, so it was interesting. I came home yesterday and came home to the hotel. Freudian slip. um, and and so I was. Oh no, I was about. Oh, I went out yesterday. Look, I even did my hair. Look, the curls. And as I was doing that, I used the computer right to honestly to be the mirror sometimes. Was I doing that? That's right. I think it was. And and then I kept seeing so many orbs. It was crazy. To the point I actually texted Corina because Corina is, back in the US. Um, and I was telling her it's crazy the amount of orbs that I could see. And they would go, sometimes I'm like, now I'm paranoid. Is it things flying or even now? So anyway, but it was like coming, it was big, I was like, well, what the hell's going on? But I was so tired last night, it was late, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna do a video now. And and so I woke up today at like almost 6, but it was a good thing because I forgot I wore contacts yesterday, and I forgot. I was so tired. I forgot to remove them, so it was a bit of a struggle. I woke up and I was like, I have to remove them, because it could be really bad for you if you leave your contacts on. So I removed them, and and everything's fine. But going back to yesterday. So, yesterday, yeah, the orb situation, I had never seen anything quite like this. And you guys know that I have, how do you say it? Like, I've done, in the past, I have seen, you've seen it too. But it's like, wow, it was just like intense to see it because I was like, not that I got, again, guys, I don't get scared of this stuff, but it was just like, wow, so prevalent. And what I kept getting was to tell people that everything is going to be okay. I have a feeling, and I think Corina agrees too, that something, whatever happens, they want us to know that it's going to be okay. And I kept getting Elon Musk and his craziness and something to do with, like, I don't know if it's aviation or something, where he will try something very, very, very serious and he will be stopped. And and so and so that's a situation that I want to tell you about. That there is something in the air, and I feel honestly the vibes and the energy, the information I got, it was positive actually. That it's going to be okay, and to not be afraid if something does happen. In fact, okay. So also because it feels imminent, and I was going to say this when I woke up. Forgot to say this part. I had looked up the eclipse yesterday here, and it was going to be around between 6 a.m. and 7 a.m. So when I woke up, in fact, I could see the moon from here. You didn't tell me, oh, the moon's no longer there, um, but that's the story, okay? And and that's fine. So also, I wanted to say, apparently, some people are like think that I'm serious about this whole. I mean, obviously not. It's a joke. The whole thing of, like, the what is it, Mark Rutte and the Jack Smith. No, obviously I'm not. I'm not seriously. Someone's like, Rosie better not get her hopes up. It's an unrecruited crush. I mean, I'm just joking, right? I don't, I don't seriously think, like, I don't have, I'm just saying because it's kind of funny. And I keep, it's a in joke here. But the fact that someone's like, Rosie's a little crazy. She's gonna get disappointed. She's gonna get disappointed. No, of course not. I mean, no. But honestly, what I like about this whole, the one reason that I care about these people, I think, is because of my perception or my hope maybe that they're going to help us in a way or another. Oh, and Gemma McCain's like, yep, they will. Whereas the NATO, they're saying NATO is not playing. Just know that. NATO don't play. So, I understand. So, you know, it's just, so you see, like, you could see my scars and my texture, but now when you have the less light, like, see, it's kind of interesting. So you have to play with stuff. But now there's a ray of light here. I can't do it. Okay. A beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head. And this is that's a protection. I like to ask for protection. A beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs, I breathe out, create a circle, create a circle, 7-2, 7-2, I feel protected, I feel connected. I'd like to ask that information come only from the highest sources to create the good and the service. Okay, okay, here we are. No, be serious, Garo, be serious. Be serious. I don't like Rosie. She makes weird voices. It's so strange. You know, I like what she has to say. She does not need to resort to that, don't you think? Huh. All right. So, um, now let's get started. So, our first question is what happened last night with the orb? Oh, what happened last night with the orbs? What were they trying to tell me? That we are around you and that. Oh, I see. It's something that I picked up yesterday, to be honest, also. They were saying we have to alert the people on Earth, I guess, that it's going to be okay. There's change coming, but it's going to be okay, even if it seems a little scary at first. And I don't mean people will be like, "Oh, was it Doge?" No, it's I think things that will move to stop them from what they're doing. And by the way, did you see there was a ruling where a judge ordered the federal government to reinstate the federal workers they had fired? Oh yeah. Mm. It's going well, huh? No, it's bad. It really is bad, but it's good to know some people are doing something. Yeah. All right. So Mark Rutte, just let me pause here because let's find the articles here about Rutte and Trump and the White House. So just now I looked into the visit of Rutte and Trump, right? Of Rutte in the White House. And so I haven't looked psychically at all. I had just had I'm not making a point of watching the news or reading the news or anything. So of course, and I'm not of course, but it's kind of interesting that what I read here when I look up Trump and Rutte is that Trump again did this kind of somewhat similar thing that he did to Zelensky, where he used the meeting as a propaganda opportunity. And I saw here, let me show you that I don't want to say it's egregious, but NATO's route to instrumental to annexation of Greenland, Trump suggests. So he's BSing, right? He's mocking NATO because obviously NATO has no interest in this bullshit, right? Um, oh, oh yeah, Greenland, because it's a divisive tactic to put the wow, and look at this is so gross, honestly, when I look at the picture and the way look at that trash. JD Vance is right there, and then the Secretary of Defense, I don't know who the one on the right is. And they are all such sycophants, right? And I think this is the guy that is just, and there he is, and you could see it's interesting. Let's see if I can zoom in. I don't think I can because it's a video still. If you look at Mark, which is a body language and face, even it's like I know your people are about. It's the whole right, the whole propaganda, and he knows it, and he I think is letting us know. So right? And this is such BS. Again, I don't even want to go into this annexation. It's just distraction, and it's an attack on Denmark on the right. And of course, there is no interest in dealing with this. So let's see what happened. Why did Trump do this? What is going on here? Why it shows me an image of Trump beating his chest like this. And I'm like, oh, here we're doing to change the subject. He knows exactly why Mark Rutte went there. And also because it's Ukraine, instead of actually addressing the real issue, he pivots to the whole BS about Denmark. I mean, Greenland, right? Annexing Greenland, which is such awful BS, right? It means to not really speak of the issue why Rutte went to the White House in the first place. Oh wow, look, and he said it in the press conference. Rutte intervened in Trump's speech by saying, when it comes to Greenland, if it joins the US or not, I will leave that outside of me in this discussion because I don't want to drag NATO into that. Oh, wow, look at this. Hmm. And it's so interesting. Rutte continued by saying that he agreed on how important the area is. We know that the Chinese are using this route and the Russians are using this route. And we know that we lack icebreakers. There are 7 Arctic countries in the region that are actually working on this matter under US leadership. That is very important, and we have to be there, he stressed. So, so anyway, so that's that. Now let's see what actually happened in the meeting itself. And then okay, so tell me what was it Margaret's intention going to the meeting? Okay, Ukraine. Interesting. I see this image of Zelensky being put in I don't see a bubble, but some sort of like almost like a sci-fi plastic thing to be essentially defend and support Ukraine. And he's saying that he went there to tell Trump what is happening, right? So, so that's that. All right, and then tell me more. Um, and then he has a letter, he has an explanation on how that will be done, how the NATO and the European countries will continue to support Ukraine. And he went to tell him that. And he's saying Trump is just avoiding and pretending like right, just wasting his time doing the game, playing the game for Russia, basically. Rutte knows that. Okay. All right. So I have a question. Oh, by the way, guys, I have to tell, let me pause 1 second. I have to tell you something. So someone wrote to me about there was like some weird account. There was an account mocking, the whole thing of them when I was joking about Mark Rutte. But this this comment is not about that. It's about the fact that I'm here, and so Google, because I go log in through Google, right, to get to YouTube on the web. For some reason, I can't log in. I can't monitor. Like I can't monitor the comments right now. I can do it on my phone, but it's not the same. The web is much faster because you can see all more comments and you can search for things. It's just very annoying. So I'll do that when I come back. And okay. And so because what probably changed a little is that I'm much more or less stringent when it comes to comments, right? So I can't monitor every single one of them, but I'll try when I can. Okay. All right. So going back here to Rutte. So all right. So that's right. He knows that there was political theater, but he did I feel like Mark Rutte did give Trump the message that he wanted to give. And that's what I got. It's about saying it's about urgent security measures in Ukraine. Yeah, and guys, I really am not following this. I'm not interested in this whole this thing. Apparently, someone asked. I guess there was a referendum or some sort of if if it had been brick. I don't care. I don't know. Uh, it's not the main point here. Okay, we have to refocus here and not continue to spread this. So this is it. This is what I. So when Mark Rutte left the White House, what do you think? He's like, oh, what a nightmare dealing with these people. We know what they are about. I'm not. I know I said before that I think they will help us um get rid of him, but was it there? I don't think it was necessarily. No, was it then? No. Um. Okay. Mm, have a little coffee here. So what else? Tell me more. Tell me more. Tell me more. Did you see? Even it's like, did you see something? At night, it's much easier to see, right? But I think there's some activity here. Activity. Oh, and I see. Wow. Some. It's so weird. I keep seeing women. I see this girls building, like they're digging something underneath. We were always building tunnels, Rosie. That's right. You said. And there was a lot of. It's because was a medieval town. For the Dutch resistance, they used a lot of these tunnels to escape and to pass things through. So interesting. Wow, it was so weird. Okay, it's telling me something else that so this area it's called the Royal Gardens because there's the Royal Gardens right here. And I was walking with someone and he showed me this alleyway that it seems inconspicuous, but there's a little buzzer and it turns out you can press this buzzer and it opens the court into a way into directly into the royal gardens, and there's a flag on top of it. There's a palace, and there was the king or the queen because again there's a monarchy here. They have separate flags, so he showed me the flag and he said, this flag, I think he's the king's flag, so he's in town, he's here working from here. So it's kind of interesting, fun, interesting. So anyway, let's go back. So tell me more. Okay, so Margaret is concerned, but it's going to work. The plan they have for I think Zelensky is protected no matter what. And how is the war going? Is Ukraine going to be able to win the war, or is it going to continue forever like this? They're not going to give up, and they will win. That's right. They will be part of the EU and such. Okay, interesting. All right, all right, all right, all right. So, hmm. All right, there is more. One second, I'll get the more information. So now let's look quickly at the government shutdown because it's the end of the day today. Senate Democrats signaled plans to advance GOP bill to avoid a government shutdown, which is kind of an honestly, I don't know what is worse, but it's annoying to have to vote with. Not just annoying because it's just terrible. So, God. So I'm sorry. I wish I could. Right now, I'm angry at the Democrats also, to be honest. It's annoying to me. Oh yeah, let's just be nice all the time, okay? All right. So what is happening with this spending bill here? Passes 6 month spending bill ahead of a Friday deadline. What is going to happen? Will it pass the Senate? It says yes. Clapping. But why do I see Elon Musk so furious? Because I think there may be something in that bill that he wanted to put in and is not happening. I do see, guys, he is losing it. And it's not just because of his company is not doing that great right now. I feel like either I see the image of him either overhearing something said to the effect of, "Oh, we're going to get rid of him, have to get him out of here." He gets, oh, and then or either he overhears this or has done so many drugs that he kind of is paranoid. So paranoid schizophrenic, but in the sense that it's drug induced, drug related. So Okay. I feel like he's losing it. It's interesting. Oh, there was something else. A couple of days ago, I saw on the account of. By the way, I don't know that I trust Anonymous necessarily. I don't know. We don't know who these people are, to be honest. It could be anybody. We don't have confirmation necessarily of this, but they posted something like that to the effect of Elon Musk was heard sobbing in the Oval Office, something like that. So is this true? But because what I see here is that he's losing it mentally. So what's going on with Elon Musk? That's right. I'd see that he's having a breakdown because I don't know exactly what these things are, but he has these plans, and I do think has to do with his paymasters. Because by the way, guys, like I said, my main theory about Elon Musk is that Russia is the one has been pumping his stock in Tesla for a long time. So they created his paper money. Therefore, he is um I don't say forced, but he quote unquote agrees with them and does what they ask. So there has to be some sort of compromise also. I mean, this alone would be enough if they say we have been pumping, right? I mean, they've done a lot of corruption together, basically. So it's saying they have a lot of dirt on him. They can take him down truly. So, okay. So is that right? Is that it? Take it easy, take it easy. Yeah, and I see this like interesting. Take it easy, and then I'm sleeping, and then there's a boom. It's an explosion of some sort, but it doesn't seem fatal. So, all right. But that's it, guys, for now. Maybe it's early enough that if big things happen today, I can add to this. And by the way, so after this, I'm adding the video about my tour on just to show you where the office of Mark Rutte was. And again, guys, I'm not serious about this, right? I'm not. And I do, by the way, I do think he's gay, to be honest. I saw photos of him with, if you look up Mark Rutte partner, there's a man who's always kind of in the background, I think. So again, it's just a kind of a little joke, but it's just to show you where the office was because now it's under construction, but it's so cute. Okay. All right. And by the way, I forgot, you'll notice the quality of the audio isn't great because I forgot the fluffy thing that doesn't, that helps with blocking the wind. So that forgive me for that issue, but that's it. Okay. All right. So have a good weekend. If I don't do another video today, talk to you later. Bye. Hello, have a bad So here we are at the Hague again. It's there's something called the Festival of Mirrors, Spiegel Festival. Different artworks here in the park. But here, what is here? So here you see. Let's see here, Binnenhof, right? That's the name of the little castle where our friend once worked. Mark, is that you, Mark? Okay, isn't that cute? Imagine if that was our. Isn't it nice to imagine? By the way, guys, I forgot the fluffy thing that is supposed to cover the microphone for wind. I realized it just wasn't in my bag when I just grabbed it to record. So in case it's not recording, you know why. Okay, so here we are. This is the. I always get confused. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of the street, but I know that the building that I just showed you is. So I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna walk all across it. Okay, so like I said, doesn't it look like a castle? Right? It does. It does look like a castle. All right, isn't it pretty? It's very pretty, quaint. And I told people before, the most shocking thing, I think honestly, since coming here, is that I have not seen one homeless person since any time. So I'm sure they may exist, but
it's nice, right? It's a real society in the sense that there's, I feel like they take care of people. Granted, this is probably because this is a center, right? This is a government. They probably have more policing, whatever that is, but I know there's like housing for people, even though they say that there's actually a serious housing crisis. The prices are crazy. But compared to New York, it's nothing, right? I mean, I'm not dismissive, but it's like, wow, it's interesting, right? So, all right, all right. So we're getting okay. So now we're getting closer. Oh no, did you hurt your leg? I'm sorry. I hope you recover soon. Okay. It looks like you're walking weird. What's going on? Huh? What's going on? Okay, so we're getting closer. Now let's zoom from here. You see that little tower over there? Okay, that is his was Mark's office. Yes, indeed. Okay, we'll get closer. We'll get closer. But you see this yellow building right next to it? That's the museum, I think. Is it the Mauritius? Okay, the Mauritius house, basically. That was an important person, by the way. One second, I'm gonna pause and come back. Okay, now we're closer. See, that's a little tower where, and apparently it's the top one, the attic. That's where the prime minister worked for years. And only so a commenter from the Netherlands, a member of the community, said that he worked there until he didn't want to leave, even during construction, because it started a year ago. He didn't want to leave, and then his government fell, and then because it's a parliamentary right system, so he left. But that's, can you imagine? Isn't it cute? Like, imagine if you're the prime minister and that's your office. That's crazy, right? Now let's see in context. Look at how, like, this is a huge building, right? I can't even see it. Okay, so, but then his office is like the tiny tower. It's called a small tower, even in Dutch. Isn't that the other saying? No, fine. Okay, so now you see closer. Look, there's this body of water separating the little tower from that yellow building. Isn't it interesting? I find, isn't it really something else? I can't imagine having that job and then living. But don't you think it looks like a gingerbread house? It does look like a gingerbread house, right? I'm not crazy. I don't think so. So yeah, the yellow building is, if you can read it, Mauritius. Okay, so that's a huge. Actually, no, it's not. It's not true. It's not a huge museum. It's a really wonderful museum for golden era Dutch paintings. I was here last time. I will probably come back. But can you imagine? That's his office, and it's like having an office next to what would be the equivalent of the Metropolitan Museum. That's very cool, don't you think? Yeah, I find it interesting. I find it interesting. Okay, so now, because actually I came this direction today because there's supposed to be an antiques market across the street over there. So let's see if it's true. Let's see if oh my god, indeed. I talk and I get distracted as usual. So isn't that interesting? There's trams. It's like so old school. Did you know that in California? Oh my god, I'm here. I don't know anything about bicycles. I'm on the way. Look. Hello. Hi. So okay. Oh, I don't know. Get run over by bicycles. So anyway, what am I talking about? I need to cross the street. That's what I'm doing. So, oh, that's right. I was talking about LA. So LA, there used to be trams, but the auto industry killed it. Can you imagine? They killed public transportation in LA in the 1920s or something like that. Okay, all right, let's see. Wait, I thought this was the park. I don't see anything resembling any kind of there. Is that right? Maybe I think I got confused. Is that right? Yeah, I think I probably did, but that's okay. Living and learning. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Mm. So I'm walking back to the hotel. Just want to show you how beautiful, right? Oh, it looks so medieval. And when I first got here, first time, I got so lost so easily because the streets are very narrow, I guess. you see, there's no cars. That's another reason why bicycles are so convenient, because cars are not allowed through them. I don't think. I I mean, it looks sort of impossible, doesn't it? But look how adorable. This is a bakery. Look how cute. Oh, I guess they have, it's a vegan bakery. Probably not just vegan, but because I was the year before, I did not realize. I didn't think it was vegan, just vegan. So, but how charming isn't it? Isn't it? It has a different. I mean, life feels different, right? It feels intimate but communal at the same time. Okay, so that's interesting, isn't it? I had dinner at this place the other day. All right, look, and that's the street of the hotel. This is a really famous also cafe restaurant called Cafe Oud Mall. I've not been there yet. Okay. And I was thinking, in a way, The Hague is not maybe a city for super young people. I guess I don't, not that I look for that either, but you could tell the pace of it is more, I don't know, civilized, for lack of a better word, right? So, bookstore, sunny, but really pretty cold. Okay, so, all right, let's just, yeah, I need to get going, but I just wanted to show you. All right.